Hello guys, and today we're looking at a scenario where civilization starts over. We are now in episode 2 of the series, and in the last episode we saw the foundations of the first countries, and we saw the age of settlement being started, basically, I guess. And we also saw the red team and the purple team kind of form a kind of alliance, and we also saw the blue team find a creature in this little strait over here, but we'll get into that more in this episode. And I think I'm gonna change the name of the era from Age of Settlement to Age of Foundation, because it really puts into perspective what these countries are doing. Like, settling feels more like settling the Americas, while foundation feels like just founding your cities and stuff. So that's why I chose to change it. And also, if I sound a little different, I just got an operation done at the dentist. But starting off this episode, we can see the purple team kind of straining their relations with the red team. They feel like with their help, the red team is going to kind of overpower them because they are already much bigger than them and much stronger than them. The purple team is more smart diplomatically, so the red team could take over, and then they could still use the purple team to help them in the diplomatic side. So they start straining their relations, and they start doing their own thing. They choose on their own, without the red team's help, to expand or slash explore into this new continent. And with this, the red team kind of feels sad, and they start looking to their own island for people to kind of be friends with. But everybody looks the other way. And when I mean everybody, even the yellow team, which is not even connected to them at all, except now because they have this area, not connected to them at all, still says no, because they're super smart and they can see that the red team is not gonna be a great investment for the future. And with this, the red team is on the decline, and they try to make up for that decline by expanding at a very, very fast pace. They start taking land like it is Black Friday, and they start to kind of fall apart. They connect up with their colony up north, and they take this whole entire area. The blue team is very scared by this, and they start to expand more, cutting off the blue team, and they also expand a lot. But they are not going to expand to the extent that they are going to be as unstable as the red team. The green team tries to take as much land as they can before the two big powers take it, but the blue team and the red team already take the rest of that area. The red team is doing a collapse speed run, as they literally take this whole island and this whole island, and now the red team is going to fall apart. They were just expanding way too fast, and their government was starting to crumble before that expanding even happened. The red team's leader was just kind of mad about the purple team leaving, and they wanted to show off to them about their strength and their ability to explore and expand at a very fast rate. But it does not matter in the long run, because they have already collapsed, and they explore some of the land over here. Before they collapsed, they did. But now we are going to see what happens during the collapse. But these are the new borders of this continent now, and we can also just see the teal team, and the teal team also gets almost up to the coast, but they do not. But they do get these little lands on the sides, and they almost connect, but the blue team still has connection. And these borders are terrible, and I made them that way because in real life they did have borders that were terrible like this. But and in my other Wixo series, we don't really have borders like this because I have to look at that map more than I do this map, and it would make my eyes burn. So I just try to make that map a little bit easier to look at than so my eyes do not burn off by the end of that series. And now this whole entire area is fully filled up. But now, these countries are not still owned by the red team. I almost forgot that, like my other series that I did. And now I'm going to add the capitals. Now I have added the capitals, and here are the major cities if you wanted to see. But now let's get back to the war. The blue team explores and colonizes these 2 islands. They also take this. I definitely didn't forget about that. And they also start to explore the sea more, taking these areas around the coast, not taking them, but discovering them around the coast. And they fully discovered the coast of this island. And now they're starting to focus more on this island, exploring the coast, and they fully explored the coast around it. And they fully explore the island, and they also start to take the coast. And the blue team sets up a tiny puppet state on this island because they know that they will not be able to keep it under control from that far away. Their capital is over here, this area is over here, so they keep it a puppet state. And it doesn't have a capital because it's not really a country, so it doesn't really have a capital. And they start to explore the coast around it, around this island, I guess. And this is their biggest non-continental island that they've been on, and not the one that they started on. And also I hate this island because it's so boring. This is like the most boring island ever. Literally has a big mountain range up here, and then it has like a tiny one along this coast, and then that's pretty much it. We also see them explore this little inlet over here, and they go around the coast. They expand their little puppet state on the coast and into this inlet, and also they go around the coast, and they tie it off with a little bow tie. No, they just go around the coast and they explore more into the middle, and they take the whole middle of the island, I guess. Not the middle of the island, but in the middle of the northern area. But now the yellow team's going to unleash their hidden colonizing power, and they take all of this with no repercussions. Take notes, red team, because they actually settle it when they go on it. They don't just claim it, they actually settle it, and they actually assimilate the territory because they are dang smart. But even when you're smart, it doesn't mean that everything will go well. Because when they go exploring out into the perfect, lush areas of Humidia, until they reach a massive wall. And over the wall, they see something terrifying. A massive beast that is just walking. It, with one single swish, it crumbles a mountain. And the tip of the mountain comes falling down the rest of the mountain, and it crushes them all. But when the yellow team comes back to see if they're still alive, because they haven't heard from them, they just see a big rock, a big dent in the ground. And they just see a bunch of blood and bones, crushed bones. And they are absolutely terrified. And they make a new frontier. They make the frontier this whole area. And they explore the frontier. And this is the frontier. And nobody can go farther than that. And they start constructing walls around their country. And they finally create them. And I'm just going to draw in the walls. And now this is the Great Yellow Wall. It has some inconsistencies because this is literally the early human times. But they're making walls like the Great Wall of China. And this is longer than the Great Wall of China, because it curves around and it does multiple laps and stuff. So, yeah. And now they think that this should hold off any beasts. So they test this by bringing in some hostile creatures to their wall to fend off. And they also take all of the land around the inner wall, which they call it. They call these areas of the wall the outer walls. And once they test out their walls prove to be useful, and they fend off any beasts. But they don't know yet if they fend off big beasts like the beast that killed off all of their people. Moving back over to the main area, we can see these two nations in this area getting into it. These two nations are the Teal Team and the Pink Team. The Teal Team wants better access to trade with the Gold Team, as they've always been improving their relations. That is just why they want better access to the Gold Team. Now you might be saying, why can't they just use this little port and go out to the Gold Team? This is like the tiniest area in the whole entirety of this world and the universe surrounding. Why do you think that they would use this tiny pixel to use all their trade and diplomats with the Gold Team? They want better access to this northern sea and to the Gold Team. And so the Persian team asks the Pink Team for all of this land. Now, that might seem like a lot, but that land is very unusable. Only 4% of people live in this area, and you might be seeing that there's major cities here. But those major cities have like 100 people in them. The biggest city in their country has like 1.5 thousand people in it. And the biggest city in this country, the Blue Team, has about 100,000. So you can see the difference. And also the city has about 350,000 people living in it. And so you can see that this measly 1,000 people, and this measly, altogether this probably has like 500 people. That is not really that bad for the Pink Team, but they like their big size, and so they want to keep it. And the Persian team, or not the Persian team, sorry, I keep getting mixed up. The Teal Team, or the Light Cyan Team, they say, okay, well then you want war. And so they send troops into the country. It might be hard to see this, sorry about that. And these troops are not really troops, they're basically just like mercenaries and guards. And they instantly capture the 1.5 thousand people. And then they soon capture the rest of the country. And out of spite of them, they annexed the whole thing. And now they are one of the biggest countries in this continent, maybe the biggest. And now they can be buddies again with the gold team. We can see some sailors going out and discovering the second supercontinent that they've discovered. This continent is the continent of Althoria. Now, Althoria, it's basically the opposite of Humidia. It's still massive, but it's not the perfect land. It's harder for these civilizations to live, but since they've grown since this continent, they can fend off the harsh conditions in Althoria. And the gold team instantly profits from this, and they claim a little area right here. Then when they're here, they see some people who are not like them. These people are the gray team. And the gray team, they are kind of in the middle. They're basically the same as these guys, but they're a little bit like taller and bigger. The average height of these guys is the average height of these people are like maybe 8 feet tall, while the average height of these people are about like 10 feet tall. And as you can see, not everybody in our world is 8 feet tall, and everybody in their world is 8 feet tall. So, and also, the average height of these guys is about 6.5 feet tall. So it's a little bit shorter than average height of being 8 feet tall. The average height of these people are the same as these people. They're not the same people, but they do have the same kind of proportions, but it's a little bit different. The average height of these guys are about 6'7" feet tall. Age difference is crazy in this world. You can almost live to be like 300 years old, and that is why, even though it's been like 450, the leader has only changed 2 times. That's because the first leader lived to be 250 years old, but this leader that is currently ruling them is 300. They've actually gone through 3. The first leader, and I wasn't including the first leader because he only ruled for like 50 years. And those numbers are not really like perfect because I don't want to do the math. But that is going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.